Do you think depression can be cured? Stay tuned and find out. Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and depression survivor. Welcome to your Depression Recovery channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. Title of today's video is, Can Depression Be Cured? But before we find out, we have to start with our joke. And this was sent to me by one of my YouTube fans on our live chats every other Sunday. And this is how it goes. I recently bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. There you have it. Nice double entendre. Okay, well, speaking of, drugs, can we heal depression, or can depression be cured? Well, often I'm approached by people who say, Dr. Bloch, can depression be cured, or how can I cure my depression? Well, this seems like a reasonable question because, after all, we talk about a cure for cancer, a cure for smallpox. Why not a cure for depression? Recently, I looked up the definition for the word cure in Webster's dictionary, and it said, a complete or permanent solution or remedy, such as seeking a cure for unemployment. This implies that once you're cured of something, it never comes back. Kind of like getting the chicken pox when you're a kid, never comes back as an adult. You're immune to it. Alas, depression doesn't act that way. I've been dealing with depression for 50 years. I've had 5 breakdowns, and after each one, I would say, God, thank God that's over. I'll never have to deal with that one again. And then it came back, and then it came back. I mean, how can this be? Well, the other day I was invited to a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I heard people say that they were recovering alcoholics, not recovered. So I asked, why do you say you're recovering alcoholics? And they said, well, because we know that at any point in time, we can always return to drinking. It might be 3 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years. We've even had people who were 22 years clean and sober, and then they fell off the wagon. Thus, those who are in the 12-step movements know that recovery from addiction is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Well, the same is true for recovery from depression and anxiety. I mean, you can't have a panic attack or a depressive episode and say, wow, that's over. Never happen again. No, it doesn't work that way. So then what can we do? Well, the answer came to me the other day when I was reading an article on psychotherapy, and the article read, the goal of therapy is not symptom elimination, but symptom management. Wow, I thought. I'm going to say that again. The goal of therapy, or in our case, the goal of recovery, is not symptom elimination, but symptom management. Once you understand this principle of symptom management, not symptom elimination, everything changes. Just think of all the illnesses out there, the chronic illnesses that people deal with day in and day out that can't be cured but managed, such as type 1 diabetes, asthma, arthritis, eczema, and all of the autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, etc. Tens of millions of people around the world each day manage their symptoms of their long-term conditions, and that becomes their lifestyle. So how do we actually manage depression and anxiety, since we know we need to do this? Well, I've developed a 2-part process I share with my group members, and I'd like to share it with you now. The first part is what I call engaging in self-care activities that will improve your mood. Now, there's a diagram you're seeing right now on the screen. You've seen it before, many of you, because I've talked about it. And if you email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com, I'll send you a free copy. But essentially, it means taking activities from these categories and practicing them on a daily basis. There's so many of them to choose from. Exercise, nutrition, seeing family, friends, cognitive behavioral therapy, prayer, meditation, structure, and routine. If you do these things on a regular basis, they will strengthen your psychological immune system and help prevent depression from coming your way. Part 2 is to get a journal, and every now and then write down your most problematic symptom or symptoms. Now, I've made this really easy because I've created a brand new chart that lists almost every symptom from depression and anxiety you can think of. You can see that it comes in 4 categories, these symptoms. One is symptoms that manifest in your physical body, in your thinking, in your feeling, and in your behaviors. So you pick a symptom like difficulty falling asleep, or maybe rumination or negative self-talk, and you find a specific tool, wellness tool, that will respond to that symptom. And in Buddhism, they call these antidotes. So for every symptom, you find the appropriate antidote. Thus, an antidote for poor sleep might be practicing good sleep hygiene. For rumination, it might be turning your attention to something outside of yourself. If you have negative self-talk going on in your head, you might want to use some positive affirmations, etc. Now, of course, any one symptom can have more than one antidote. There can be multiple antidotes for a particular symptom. So, for example, a group member recently made us really laugh because he found a creative way to respond to the negative voices in his head. He got an application from the internet, and every time his mother and father started bitching about him, he simply did this. Shut up! We couldn't stop laughing. Boy, I could use an application like that. So, what's the conclusion of all this? Well, the goal of healing from depression and anxiety is not to cure, but to manage your symptoms. If you practice symptom management over time, you'll be able to balance your moods and you'll be able to prevent minor dips from becoming major downturns. After all, it's much easier to avoid falling into a pit than climbing out of it. This has been Douglas Bloch. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed my time here. If you like it, give it a like. If you have any comments, leave it in the comments section. Every day, every morning I get up, get my coffee, read the New York Times. I just love reading your comments. They really mean a lot to me. In the meantime, if you'd like to email me with any questions, douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click on my photo when it comes up, and you'll be taken to the subscribe page where if you click on the bell to the upper right, you'll be notified every time I do a new video and a new live chat. And if you want to become a sustaining member of this channel, click on the Patreon link. You'll be taken to a page where you can, as little as $2 a month, again, become a sustaining member. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Until next time, see you soon.